Greetings, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Here we are. We are in Arnaaluk, the Druid Sanctuary. This is the sanctuary created for Druids with PTSD, with a desire to do something more than be in the military. And so this was created in the glacial oceans, away from the skeletons, so that I'm going to change my view so that they would feel safe, especially those who are suffering from PTSD. There are different kinds of PTSD. Some of the Druids just wanted to have families and be able to spend time with them, and they can't do that as a part of the military, and because they're constantly on duty. One of the things that we do here is that we have a time when we have children that the Druids, all the Druids, even the explorers and the peace Druids, because we do have some peace Druids here, just to make it possible for the people to feel good, to feel safe. We live in Minecraft. Minecraft is known for its mobs. I'm a mob. Their ambassador, who is offering them a peaceful way to live, is actually a mob. And so from the mermaid nation of Tana, this is my story, and this is the way I like to play. I've had some schedule changes in the last month, and this past starting at the beginning of July. And ordinarily with this change, I wouldn't be able to stream at all, but I have been able to stream here. However, the schedule is much more compressed, or there's so much else going on. And so because of that, I have a tendency to think that I can keep the schedule that I was keeping, but I can't. I actually need to get some sleep, and so I haven't been. So the way I'm looking at this is, I didn't used to be able to stream at all. I would just lose an entire month, but I am able to stream. It's just erratic. So I don't usually do this, but if you want to see me, I suggest that you like and subscribe, because at this particular point, there's no way for you to know when I'm coming on if you're not subscribed, because I'm not keeping a regular schedule. So this is kind of close to my regular schedule today. We'll see how long I can be here. This is what begins to happen, that I get interrupted or something like that. Now it is morning and people are going to get food. I'm going to Nina. Nina is our first restaurant owner, and she had the first restaurant which Khalil is now running, because she wanted to come back to the university area, because Jesse, her partner, was going to be the alchemist. Jesse originally started out as a druid, and this is something that happens to them. They come here, they want sanctuary, they don't think they can do anything else, but as they watch other druids do things, get to do things, they decide to take a chance. So Jessie is an excellent alchemist, and she's able to do that here. And so Nina, her partner, wanted to be close, have a house close to where they are, because close housing actually makes a difference. So they both live here, and this is their house. Now they have several kids together, and so that's why they have one of these big tables for when the kids are home. And their upstairs is still being worked on. I think I have the bedrooms sort of like worked out, but I don't have all the furniture in there yet, in their bedrooms upstairs. But this is their house. And Nina now opened a restaurant for the university area, a little cafe, that she's constantly running out of food. So we have to keep an eye on her and make sure that she has some. So she's got some congee, she's got yogurt, she's got some things. She doesn't have the pizza that the kids want. And that's something that we're having trouble with. We're also having trouble with kebabs. I don't know why. We can't get anyone to make them, but sticks are involved. And I don't know how to express anything on Discord to the developers. I'm not good at doing that kind of stuff. I really have to rely on other people. I'm an edge case. If I'm having a problem, it's usually an edge case. But if more than one person is having a problem, like more than one person is having a problem with the plantation, the sugar farms, the cocoa farms, and those farms not being recognized by the planter. And so anything that was built after a certain time, something got messed up because my older sugar farms are working. And I had a chocolate farm, a cocoa farm, and when I decided to upgrade it, that's when it didn't work anymore. So, sorry about that. I'm going to try not to push. There's a loud noise where I am, and there isn't anything I can do about it except to remember that you can actually hear me because I'm on a mic. And the mic has a little bit of dampening to make it so that air conditioning noise isn't too bad. So disclaimers, and some information about what we do. Now, I'm not on a server, and Minecolonies team intends, it is part of their future plans, that towns will be able to interact, which means that you could have trading and things like that. But right now, we don't have anything like that. So what I'm doing is Dungeons and Dragons. And that means that I'm telling a story and I'm using what I have available to me to be able to make that story make sense. So when I say that we had a bunch of magical books and that we sold, and then Tana is doing a buyback program where they buy enchanted bows, anything enchanted, and if it has a negative enchantment on it, they remove the enchantment and they either keep it for use for their people or they sell it for use to other city-states. And so because the buyback program, they are buying back enchanted items at 3 times the price in order to get them to be turned in. This allows us to actually buy some things that we cannot grow. Now, River was tasked with updating this place right here, this kelp farm, which we had a working kelp farm in Cliffstyle in 20, and then updating this sugar farm. This is supposed to be a sugar farm here, and let me see what it says. So it says it is a sugar farm, and let me see if they can see it now. and they cannot. And this is what we're talking about. So the farms that they're seeing, look how far away they are. They're seeing farms clear across on the other side of the city, and they're not seeing these farms right here. So that's why no one is working here. These farms essentially are closed down, and cocoa and kelp have to be bought because we don't have any place for them to come from. Now we have a new retreat, a land retreat, kind of Disneyland, a place where druids can go and live in their beloved forests. And it is on a mountaintop. The mountaintop is close enough to the oceans that the skeletons don't want it anymore because of the tsunami. They are traumatized by the tsunami that happened. I'm going to have to put on a sweater for just a second. It's getting that cold. The air conditioner is for the upstairs where most of the living is going on, and it is to keep it cold. It is in the 90s here in the Midwest of the United States, and so that is why I have to deal with the air conditioner. It can't be turned off for the amount of time that I stream. So let me look for a second at some things. So what I was explaining was that Pitti can actually grow some things that we can't grow here.
Okay.
Hi, Rome. What are you waiting for? And there we go again. It sticks. It sticks. There's something going on with sticks. And we have plenty in the warehouse. And you saw that some are going to be delivered. So we'll see if some actually get delivered to the sawmills. We have 3 sawmills, and to see about them making fence. And so that's what we're waiting on right now. Let's come over here. Where am I? Okay, I'm at these farms that aren't working. So the rest of our farms these farms are with the trees. The rest of our farms are actually in the farm districts that we have underwater here. And this is our tree farms, and we have 2 tree farmers. And see, I've got an empty field here. This is what happens sometimes. We do have dark oak and acacia over here. We have jungle here, which we definitely need, and oak, and there's no birch. Now, we have a project in Pitti Hamaalakut, which is the retreat, the Disneyland. And that retreat is requiring a lot of birch to repair old growth birch trees that we have had to build among. So because of that, we're going to go to Miranda and to Isaac, and we're going to plant a couple more trees. We'll plant birch trees for them to grow. Now, I have to check and make sure that birch trees are still on the list for them. So let me come here and look. No. Yes. No. Yes. So it seems like every tree is on. So it's just a matter. No, every tree is not on. Okay. So let's do this. Birch. And the birch is on. Okay, good. So what we're going to do is look for birch. There we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's 7, 8. Let's plant 8. And the way I'm doing this, let me see how much food they have here. I think they're okay. That seems like a lot of food for one person. That's Miranda. Let me see what Isaac has. And Isaac has a decent amount of food too. We'll leave it for now. We'll see. They're not complaining about food, which is good. And we'll see how things go. In the meantime, we're going to come back to the Mr. Villager. Yay! It's wonderful to see you. Boa tarde. Como está você? How are you? How are you? And let's come over here and let's see how many we're going to use. I should start. Is there anyone in here? No. Okay. Let me change into a mermaid without any extra abilities. I'm not going to be a superhero like the Black Panther. So let me change to a survivalist. And now I have hearts, so I can do stuff. Same. How am I? To the bam. To the bam. I got some rest. I'm not sleepy. So we'll see. We'll see how this all works out. But like I was explaining, I just have to accept the fact that I can't do my old schedule here and do it like that. Just a little tired of nothing. When you're tired and you shouldn't be, it means that you need to do stuff in the universe. That's all it means. It means that the universe is calling you to dream, to sleep, perchance to dream. And so that is very important. And I definitely recommend, especially on the weekend when you don't have obligations, to sleep as much as possible. As much as possible. All right. So we just planted some trees to replace the fact that we have used and are going to use a lot of birch to replace the ones that we're using for the new market build that we have. Let's take this down and see if we need to order anything while we're here. So let's come here and look. Torches. There's something we can order or we can make. And hose, I know we can make there. Milk, we have dairies, so I'm not doing that. And these, I thought I made these. So there's something going on here. And so I'll have to see what it is that's going on. Oh, the music is up a little bit, isn't it? Hold on. Let me see. Let me just turn down the music just a teeny tiny bit. I love Drumhead's music. But it's a little tiny bit up. So let me come here and look at this and just bring it down a hair, right to there. So let me show you some of the stuff that we have done in the last little bit here, and then I will look at getting some things. One of the things that we've done is, and did you actually see the new submarine bay the new submarine pickup that we made above the warehouse? See that right there? That is a new submarine that has been added specifically to make pickups of heavy materials like stone and things from the second floor of the warehouse. And there it is right here. So if we come up here, if we could, we would need a ladder right now. Ooh, that would be interesting to do. But we can see this right here. See that crane is delivering materials back into the warehouse. And this is where we put the material landing post. Rain doesn't come in, and see this special glass right here? That glass closes, and that is our gameplay. That's our story. That this glass closes when we don't have a submarine sitting here, and then rain doesn't come in. Nothing comes in from the surface there. And so, yeah. So we have River working on one of these, and it is a small submarine that will also be able to land right here. Now, when this submarine platform is done, we're not going to have the stash box and the post office right here. Or we might just have the post office and not the stash. And see this? I'm awake and everything's fine. So why am I yawning like that? It's very odd. And it could be that I probably need maybe a little bit more protein. I've been having more physical activity than usual, and that might be it. Triple window roof. Yes, that is what that is. And if we were in Create, that would actually work. But right now, I know for a fact that if those pieces came back, they would cover this hole. And that is what I was trying to do with that, and it's actually sort of fun. So when she gets done, we're going to have a little submarine platform here. So let me show you what these submarine platforms look like. So the little UPS or FedEx delivery for just local delivery around the city-state of Arnaaluk. We use these little blue and white submarines right here, which we call scrubs, these submarines right here. And the scrubs, when they land on a platform, the only way to get to them is to actually be out in the water. So we now have a diving suit next to a water exchange, a water elevator. So they can stand here and they can come here and come up in the diving suit, and then they can get into the submarine. Now, each of these little teeny tiny submarines there are a couple specials, I should say. And this one's actually a special. We can actually look inside this one and see that it is a working submarine, that you can actually go inside it. And this window here is a legit window that they can look out and actually drive it. And so those are some of the things that are here. Now you notice I'm not drowning, but that's because I'm a mermaid. And if you were to look at me, and let's go to here, you'll see that I've got a tail. So see, I've got a tail, and that's why I'm able to be not only underwater, but that I can actually see with siren sight underwater. Isn't this water a little glitched? It seems some blocks are not waterlogged. The blocks that aren't waterlogged here have to do with the fact that if they were, the inside of this submarine would be waterlogged. And we didn't want the inside waterlogged, so that's why there's no air here. And the story about that is that when these submarines land sometimes, they have these water bubbles around them, and that's what you're seeing right there. Now, this submarine has the hatch opening right here that we can actually get into and close. And we are sitting in the sub and can see what the driver sees. And then back here, you can see where they put their load. And this is, as you can see, it's no water in here. And so that's why there are some water bubbles around that. But for the diver to get out, for the driver to get out and be here, they have to be in a suit. So this is why there are suits, extra suits, waiting at each of these stations. So when the driver comes up, his suit is wet, and he takes his suit off and he puts on a dry suit, and that suit stays here and dries out. And that's my story for those of you who are watching new. That is, I'm telling a story of things that happen here. And so this is a stonemason who has a dedicated platform for the pickup of stone. And this is Spencer. His cousin, I think it is. I think they're cousins. Nancy is also a stonemason. She got here first. And when Spencer came in, we thought maybe he was a relative. Hi, Spence. But he's not. Bless you.
Tis a fine afternoon.
Oh, good. See, he doesn't claim Nancy. Gosh, you know something? Do you need to go to the doctor? You just sneezed and coughed and everything, Spence.
Oh, can I help you?
Yeah, go to the doctor if you need to. And so, but they have the same last name. So they're just distant relatives, like cousins or something like that. So that is who also makes stone pieces. Our other stonemason is Avery, not Everly, Avery, and she's at the second makers area. So I was showing Mr. Villager some new stuff that we did, and one of them was we started to get these diving suits at all the places. So if you look at this diving suit here, it's the same as this one, except that they have respiration on them. Ooh, yes, I'd love to hear some news about your village. So in on my stream, Mr. Villager in chat actually is an ambassador to his own city-state, which is a village, and it is millennial, so it's traditional villagers, and he is their ambassador. And have you known Ivory? Ivory? What is Ivory? What do you mean by that? And we'll check and see what's going on in his. He's going to tell us something about what's going on. Let me just make sure that he can make everything. And he can, so we're good. Ivory. I have never seen Ivory. I know that there are animal mods for Minecraft that have elephants, and I imagine that they may have some use for Ivory. I don't have one of those animal mods. These are fish who are living in the transitional here, so this is where they are. Yeah, well, it's a character of a Minecraft novel being created recently called White Pine. I should watch it, it's pretty great. So Minecraft is creating their own stories now. And there's a bunch of different stories, like taking from people like me who make stories in Minecraft. They're making an official story right now, and that's what Mr. Villager is talking about. And yeah, thanks, Mr. Villager. It's interesting to hear about. Okay, so the other thing that we did here is, I think you've seen most everything that we did. Like, we have the 3 taxis, and we have the taxi stations. We were thinking about adding some we need to add some additional people, additional farms, and we were talking about the fact that the kelp farm and the cocoa farm are not working. And so, although I should maybe try the original cocoa farm again, because it was working, and see if I can get it back online. I cannot get Lady Shatana's. They haven't done anything about it. Believe it or not, it's been, I think, a month, possibly 2. But it's down on their list, on Minecolonies' list, that the plantations aren't working. Or it's a problem they're trying to figure out. So in the meantime, what I think I'm going to do is have River build 2 new different plantations and see if we can get them to work. So what was here originally that isn't here anymore was the, let me put it here for a second. Let me put this helmet away. That's a diving helmet. And let's get our builder tool for a second. And let's go to original. And this is original. And it's not going to come up. There, nope. There it is. Okay. And then let's go to the farms, fields. And we originally had this field and it was working just fine. But I wanted to put in a prettier field. Yes, I'm sorry, but this field is functional, but it's not necessarily the prettiest. And so because of that, I wanted to put in a different one. However, at this particular point, I think we're going to have to put this one back in. And let's see, from here to here, no, from here, it's wonderful that this original fits into the this is one of the fields for underwater base, and the original fits in here, so this is a good thing. So we're going to have River just go ahead and build this one back and see if it works, see if it's a specific problem having to do with specific plantations. And we'll try and figure that out. Now, she could see this from here, and she can't anymore. So we're going to take this decoration, and we're going to have River build it. Build the building. Okay, so she's going to start working on this. I think she was working on something else. Let me check and see. And I'll get her to do that. Because since there's nothing they can do about it. Let's see here. Repairing the kelp, cancel that. It doesn't work. Upgrading the courier. I'll have her do that later. I'd rather her do the cocoa vine first. But she's probably going to upgrade the courier now, and then she'll go to the cocoa mine. And that will take care of that for right now. I think you saw, Mr. Villager, but I'll show you. We actually added another cookery. So we now have 4 cookeries. We have the original cookery, and then we have 2. We have 3 underwater base cookeries. Or is it the other way around? We have 2 underwater base cookeries, and we have 3 now. 3 of these. So 2 and 3 is 5. So, is that true, or do we only have 2? So we have 2 and 2. Yes. This is the second one of these that we put in. And we just put it in, and look where it's located. So it's located right here. We stuck it in between in this area. There was nothing in the way, and we could put it here. Now, what it did do was on the back wall of Harry's restaurant, we now have a piece right here that we had to put in because we could see the outside of that cookery there, and we didn't want to do that. So yes, so it's a Cavern style kitchen that worked really beautifully right here. So this is a different one than the one that we have on the other side. We should call it a different name. And for right now, we're just, instead of chef, let's come here. Let's see if I can delete that. Go back. I can't. Okay, so let me get a new sign. This is Chef's Kiss Cookery. And let's get, I can't do it right now. I'll have to wait and do it when I have my magical powers, but I can't do it right this second. It's not there it goes. Okay, so let's make this Evelyn's Cookery is what we're going to make this. So we're going to take, come down here and take this word out and have it be Evelyn's Cookery. And now that I put her name in, let me make sure. Everly, I knew I said Everly the first time, and then I thought I was wrong. So let's come back. It's Everly, E-R-L-Y '(S). Everly's Cookery right here. And it's different from Paloma's Cookery, which Hannah is using right now. So this one doesn't have the bakery. It does have its kitchen area right here, but there's no room for a bakery outside here. I was wondering if I should. There actually is room for a bakery there, but I think we have enough bakeries. The problem is really the cookery, and I think we're going to be okay. What do you think, Mr. Villager? Mr. Villager, there's the good news. There's the good news that you're finally managed to store a considerable amount of food. Yay! That's wonderful. It's funny and ironic how we have luxuries while you are stocking food. Yeah, we're much farther ahead. This city-state is much farther ahead than your village, but I'm glad to hear that. Yay! That you have that you're warehousing food, and that's excellent. Um, I could go out and look for a minute. Let me use this out right here and see. And what do you think? Should I put in another bakery? So Messiah has a bakery. No, because Messiah has the big bakery. There's the dedicated industrial bakery. And then Khalil has a bakery and Raquel has a bakery. So that's 4. And then Nina, where she is, Franklin has. That's 5 bakeries. I think we're good. I'm not going to worry about putting a bakery in here. We still need some pizzas.
So what will it be
which is
for you?
the only reason why I'm thinking about putting a bakery in, is because we need pizzas. Do I think 3 stacks of each, carrots, beets, potatoes, and 2.5 of wheat remains at least 1 week? In your, how many people do you have? How many people do you have? Because I think it's one of those things like we have where you have to constantly grow food, especially if you have seasons that you might actually need to grow food. Let me see how much wheat and eggs. I'm going to have to go to both to see what is going on. I would be curious if adding that boat, I can't tell if they're having a problem on this side getting to things. Fernando's an explorer, and I can't tell. It seems like the people are an industrial bakery. Yeah, a bakery that doesn't have a coffee service or a sit-down area is what I call an industrial bakery, and I'll show it to you in just a second. Let me see how much wheat, eggs, mushrooms. Let's look here. Eggs. There's only 6 mushrooms. There's some durum. There's some here. Tomatoes. T-O-M-A-T. There's some here, so they are getting some garlic for the pizza. These are all pizza ingredients. And onion. There's some. Okay, good. And so let me see. Yes, how many people do you have? Back. How many people are in the city now? In your village that you have now? Let me go to the other warehouse and see how much of those things that we have, and we'll look at the recipe for a pizza. For a moment. Do I have anything still? How long have I been here? So we're walking through the halls that have botanical gardens in them, because this is a druid sanctuary. So we want them to feel comfortable. So there are trees in intersections. This, by the way, is the industrial bakery. So you see there's no tables or chairs or places for people to sit down. And look how big this pot is. This is for stirring the mixtures, for making the batters. And then look how many ovens are here. And let me see. So Mr. Villager has 129, not at the same place. And you do like some demands calculations. So you helped a little on the feeding census. Okay. All right. Do I think that's enough? 3 stacks of carrots, beets, potatoes, and 2.5 of wheat remain at least 1 week. I think that's only going to last a week. I think you won't have enough wheat or potatoes left. You might have enough beets left, but that's in my opinion. But that's based off of Minecolonies cities, not off of villager cities. So that might be a completely different number to deal with. Are we screwed? Will it last a week? I think it'll last a week of their time. And that's the thing that you have to remember. Not a week of your time, a week of their time. If you're talking about your time, no. It will not last a week of your time, but it will last a week of their time. Let me look and see here. Let's come to sometimes you feel colonists consume only after 2 days. And that's probably true, that some of them, they go and get food, but they don't eat it all at once. That's the story I would tell. So they get food from wherever they get the food from, and then they don't eat it all at once. And so it seems like they only eat every 2 days or something like that. They're just getting 2 days of food at a time, it sounds like. But that's the story I would say for that. Let me do something here for a second. Let me come here and let's look at what's in a pizza. So a pizza is tomato, cheddar, mushroom, garlic, and durum. So there's no cheddar. Now we have to import cheddar. It takes too long for it to rest. So a good cheddar is probably 3 years old. You can have cheddar in a year, and but that's what we're dealing with. So hold on. If to feed everyone, in theory, you would need 3 to 9 farmlands for each in 1.16. 3 to 9 farmlands to feed for each town. 3 to 9 farmlands, yeah. So farmlands, I have 4 farms that have 5 farm fields, so that's 20 right there. And then I have a couple farms that don't have a full field, and that adds maybe like 22 or 23 more fields. So yeah, that's how many I have. I actually have 20 fields just for produce. That's not even the others. And you know how many I have. I have 156 people. Let me come here for a minute and let's see. So we have durum. We have tomatoes. We don't have enough. We have mushrooms. We have enough mushrooms. And what was the other? Tomato, mushrooms, garlic. I think we have plenty of garlic, yes. So we can't grow mushrooms. I can grow mushrooms. They can't grow mushrooms. There isn't a farm dedicated for them. No, you mean 3 to 9 planting areas by blocks. So you would need 3 to 9 planting areas by block. So to feed everyone, in theory, you would need 3 to 9 farmlands each. each block. 3 to 9 blocks for each individual. What if we multiply by 10 to guarantee the surplus? 30? That sounds about right, actually. I have 25. And yeah, between 25 and 30 farmlands, I can see that. I can actually see that. So, which means that we'll probably have to add another field of tomatoes. Oh, cheddar. Let's come here. Let's sort. Let's look for cheddar. That's the missing link. And we have 144. So cheddar is one of those that we will have to probably order some cheddar if we don't get enough to supply the 2 warehouses. What if we multiply by 10? 3 to 9 blocks. I don't know in the way that you're talking about it. What I would say is for the number of people that you have, you probably need 20 farms. So 120 blocks of pure farming plot. That's the part that I'm not sure about. But if you're saying 3 to 9 blocks, I see. No, I understand now. Let me tell you how much these farms are. Let me go to a farm for a minute, and we'll see how big these farms are. And that way, that will probably be the best. So 1,290 blocks of pure farming. Probably. That's why countries are countries. That's why countries fight over land and all that kind of stuff, because of how much land it takes to grow certain things. So we're going to come to here. I'm lagging. Oh, that's a nice long lag. I might have to restart. I've been on for almost an hour, yes. And something's going on that's causing me to have to restart after an hour. So this is how big a field is. And for us, a field is, pick seed. Wait, I was right there. Cancel. A field is 5 by 5. You're talking about 3 by 9. And our fields are 5 by 5. You don't include the water spots. It could be 101. Okay, I see what you're doing. You're doing the math of it. Yeah, I don't know. I can't help you with that. All I can do is show you that every single one of our fields is a 5 by 5 field. And for 156 people, we are just getting by with 25 fields. Yeah. So that's probably the best. If the fields at 10, 5 to each side, the total is 11 by 11. Okay. All right. That works. Yeah. So, hold on. How many? I have 20. I have 20 of these fields. And I'm going to get out and get back in for a second. So let's come here and save and quit to title. The underwater base farm, which is the foundation of my farming, has 20. And hold on a second, we're just going to bring up Curse Forge. Has 20. And there we go. Wait, strike that, reverse it. let me put this on for a minute. Too many things to do at once. So I'm going to get the launcher to load for a second, and while we're waiting for Minecraft to load, I'll go back and say what I was going to say. Okay, so Minecraft is loading now. So the way underwater base style is, there are 5 fields for every farm, and we have 2. We have the original 2. We have a second one for growing Minecraft food, and then we have a third one that we're using. Because we're not using the upper part, it would probably be the equivalent of 4 fields. So I have 4 fours is 16 fields that the farmers are doing, plus, there it is. So it's loaded. So now I just have to get Arnaaluk to load for just a second. Arnaaluk, load back, and then we'll get rid of Curse Forge. So in theory, your demand is, so we have 156 people. And so just the produce part takes that many farms. Now remember that we have Minecolonies food as well. So this is Quentin, and Quentin...
Hey, this looks fantastic! What's next?
Oh, good. Quentin's only growing wheat here in 3 fields. Did I say 5 fields? I've got it all wrong. Did I actually say 5 fields? Yes, it is. Quentin is one of the ones that only has 3 fields. He doesn't have the other warehouse, but the other farmers that we have the full amount. So let me look at them and I'll tell you exactly how many we have, because I just realized that Quentin doesn't have a full set. So these are dairy farms. And I think I'll have to do that. Hold on for a second, because Curse Forge is up and it is taking a whole bunch of processing power. All right, so Curse Forge is down. Let's continue on our way. So why don't we just figure out the farms for a minute, because and that way I can tell you. So Daniela has 5 farm fields. So she has 5 farm fields that she's working. There's cabbage and onions here, garlic and onion here, and this looks like an onion field right here. It is. So she's growing cabbage, garlic, and onions. And because she's only one person, Nola, on a separate farm that doesn't have any fields, is helping her by taking over 2 of her fields. So Daniela's only doing 3, but there are 5 fields here, so this is one of them. It's wild how only 116 people got basically the ninth industrial revolution, while a collective of almost hive-minded didn't manage to find almost unlimited food source. Not literally hive-minded. So, are you talking about your people, your 116, versus my 156 industrial revolution? No, we're not doing. Yeah, this is steampunk. So, we're not doing that kind of revolution. The Industrial Revolution hasn't done American food. It's fed everybody, but fed them what? Because it's profit based, that food revolution, that food industrial complex has become a part of the illness of people, and the food industrial complex of the United States is feeding the medical industrial complex of the United States. So I'm not necessarily sure. My 116, no, I have 156 people against your 129. I have 156 people. Whoa! There's a thunderstorm. Quickly, let's go to the Willows for a minute. Can we get there? No, what's the fastest? There's one down here. And yeah, so the people here are doing organic farming, they're doing small farming, and they're doing regenerative farming so that the fields and the food stay healthy and make it so that people actually are healthy that eat the food. It doesn't matter how much food you can make if you're sick all the time. Let's go to sleep. It is nighttime and there is a huge thunderstorm going on. And we have to be careful because right here, so this is them, and we don't want them to have a fire. We don't want to come back and discover that something burned down. And so that's why we're looking at things there. So that's why we need to sleep here, even though we're underwater. We have to sleep because Pitti is not underwater. So yes. So let's go out here and since we're right here for a moment, I can do it this way. Soon you will need to send people to the wastelands to feed everyone. Send them to the wastelands? What does that mean, send the people to the wastelands? For them to grow food? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, let's come here and let's look. I have 157 people. 157. I can have 250 people. I have 157. The 157, we have only one beekeeper and it's enough. Something's going on with the beekeeper and we'll have to figure out what it is, why they're not doing any adding to the warehouse right now. It could be that they're not keeping up. And if they're not keeping up, then I'll have to have a second apiary, and that's what we'll check on. 157. I have 7 builders. I have 3 carpenters. I have 4 cookeries. And restaurants, how many do I have? Restaurants, I have... it's not it's calling them cooks. So a chef is a cookery. A restaurant is a cook, and I have 11 restaurants. 11 restaurants, and I'm trying to have three of the makers. I don't have three blacksmiths or three beekeepers. I don't have to have three beekeepers unless there has to be someone monitoring the beekeeping all the time or the bees go away. And that might be what happened with her. So I'll have to check on that and see if we need to have another apiary or two more apiaries for when people take time off. The alchemists, we only need one. The archers, we have room for archers. We're not doing any weaponry in that kind of way. We have a number of druids. We have archer squires because they work at the fitness center, and that's why we have them. We have 3 chicken farms. We have 2 composters. We have 6 dairies. We have 6 farms that grow cows for meat and milk, and that is why we have so many. We have a crusher, only one, and we only have one of the sifters, but they can be shut down when we are having a holiday, and so I'm not worried about that. We have 3 doctors, so 2 can take off and 1 can be on duty, and we can rotate that during the time. We have 4 dyers now. We have only 1 enchanter, and that's all we need, and they talked about that. So we added another fishery, and I haven't shown you that one. Grow cows. Yes, we grow cows. Cow farms. We grow cows, and we grow chickens, and we grow sheep. Our sheep farms and our cow farms. 2 foresters seems to be plenty. And so one forester is off and the other forester stays on duty. If we need to have trees, usually they just take off because trees is easy. We have 3 glass blowers. We don't have knights. We don't have archers. We don't have them because they carry weapons, and we don't want anyone carrying weapons. Now, the trainers carry weapons, but they are competitive bows and arrows. You got that green meat thing now? Make out meat of plants, because we would need that. No, we Minecolonies is following Minecraft, and they have, even though they would love for it to be vegetarian, because it's Minecraft, they have to have meat, and so we are doing meat. And so those are real rabbits, real cows, real sheep, and the only thing we don't have is pigs. We just don't have any room for it. And the nether miner can bring back pork from the nether occasionally, just like he brings back nether peppers. This is my story. This is not for real. This is my story that our miner, when he goes there, arranges for the delivery of peppers and pork to the city. Who's eating? Oh, that's right. It's breakfast time. Actually, look at that. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's lunchtime. And there. Danny has a couple of people eating. good. That's actually good. It stopped right on 299. Never mind, it came back up again. Okay, good. Good, good, good. All right, let me look since I'm here. So
Fine
yeah,
morning,
I was
isn't it?
going to, hi Harry, yes it is. I was going to look at what he's got. And this is what begins to happen. So he's got a lot of bowls. We can request bowl pickup for him and see if they actually do. So let's request a pickup and get them to pick up the bowls. And then the menu, if they pick up the food, then I'm not going to be able to do that again. But we'll see. You have to go for a minute. No, no worries. You go ahead. It was nice to have you here for any length of time. So, yeah, no worries. Take care. And when Mr. Villager comes back, we'll continue talking about the farms. So I messed up the numbers. So I do have those underwater base farms. I have 3 of them for sure that are full 5. And then I have some others. So that's one of the things that we can look at. And let me come here. And I'm just going to take a drink of something for just a minute. So now I understand why a lot of streamers do energy drinks and things like that, because their brain associates this gameplay with dreaming, that they're dreaming because it's wonderful and it's peaceful, and they begin to cool out, and that begins to make it, I mean, even when it's not peaceful, it takes care of some element of that needs to be taken care of in their brain, and they begin to relax. And the minute you relax, you're going to sleep. So they take the energy drinks to keep them awake. I'm not doing that. I'm drinking juice. And I'm not going to do that. It's artificial and really hard on the body, so you can't tell when the body is actually completely out of things that's needed, and that's how people get sick. But that's just me, and that's not story. That's earth stuff. We should have enough, but we don't have enough mushrooms. And this warehouse doesn't have what's needed. And the fact that it's in the second warehouse should be working, but something is going on why Nina is not getting food that she's supposed to be getting. And so we're going to not do any of that since Mr. Villager is gone for now. I'm coming over here and see if anyone is making any pizzas and see if we can give her those pizzas. It's pizza is the problem. And if we keep having a problem with it until I get it settled, we're just going to buy it on the market with the money that we're getting from saddles, from books, from armor, weapons, bows primarily, and we'll just have to buy it. Let's look for cheddar, and there's none, and it's cheddar that's the problem. So let's come here and let's look. Let's turn into, I can't do it here. I'm going to go to that little place, and I'm going to turn into a supernatural so that I can reach a wealth of supplies that I can have on me. So yeah, so let me come here for just a moment. So it's 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to, that was nighttime, I'm going to change into a superhero. So I'm doing the, it's really interesting. I had just watched again Black Panther, and it's like, I get it. That's what I'm doing. So I have a spell that allows me to turn into a superhero, essentially. And so I use that spell when I'm here to help meet the needs of the people who are here. When I remove the spell, I become like the Black Panther was when he didn't have a spell on him. And if you will remember, that didn't change the fact that he was strong or that he could fight or any of that. He just didn't have the extra abilities that he needed. And let's come here for a second. And we're going to look and see if there's any pizza here. Just for a second. And there's 33! Yay! So we're gonna find them. There's our music. Let's find those pizzas. And we're gonna give them to Nina. Because Nina is the one person serving pizzas to college students. And that's where her pizzas are disappearing. And also to the explorers. They like it as hand food. I don't see any here. That means that they were downstairs and I missed them. Hold on for a sec. They were down here and I didn't see them. They're not in here. Okay, they're not up there. Let's go up here. Let's do that again and see if they're still there. They are. And let's do this. Now, usually when I can't find them, it means that they're right behind me somewhere. I'm looking for an indicator. And Minecolonies has an indicator for when you're looking for things in the warehouse. And I don't see the indicator for pizza. Let's go back upstairs. Oop. Oh, hold on a second. Let me see if it is registering this out here. Hold on for a second. Let's look here and see if there shouldn't be anything in this one. This is empty. There's some stuff that's going back to Tana. This is where we're putting that stuff. And let me get, oh, I don't have any coffees, good. And saddles. See, those are all going back. And these are going to market. Every once in a while, we send puffer fishes to market. And that's me taking them out of the warehouse so that we can find them. I cannot find the pizzas. Well, no wonder they haven't been delivered. No one can find them. If I can't find them, and this is why the air conditioning is staying on so long, because I'm actually warm. which means that the air conditioner is just keeping up with the temperature here, which is 90. It's 90. The high today is going to be 91. And we're supposed to get a little tiny bit relief. That's Fahrenheit, not centigrade, obviously. I'd be in flames. And so, yeah, what is going on here? Why can't I find them? They can't find them either. That's why they haven't been delivered. And that is interesting. I can't begin looking for them like this. So I'm going to try one more time and see if I can find them. Isn't that curious? P-I-Z-Z-A. And there it is. And there it is. It says it's successfully located. Now the red indicator and the yellow indicator sometimes are hard to see in this warehouse, but it's okay. I like this warehouse. But sometimes it's easy to miss. But I do not see it. If you see it, people, you can tell me. And there is nothing here. And it stays lit a long time. So that's not the problem. Problem is there's only 33, which means it's either red or there it is. Yay! So look at all this food that's put away here. Let's take this. Let's take one kebab. Isn't going to do much, but I'm going to take it anyway. Let me see the 2 cakes. The bread should go back to the, both of these breads should actually go to the cookery so that they can be made into food. And we'll do that. She doesn't serve any of this other food here. She does serve fish and chips, but I don't think she serves a fish dinner. I don't think she does. I'm not going to take it right now. And we'll do that. Let's just take these things to Nina and see if we can get her a little bit more food. And I'm going to give Franklin the extra bread to make trenchers. That bread is used for making trenchers. I need to have an empty hand. And so we're going to give it to Franklin, who's right next door to her, and let him make. So we have Franklin, Abdullah, Leonard, and Gray are the 4. Oh, and Lane. So there are 5 bakers altogether. And Franklin's back here. And it shouldn't be a problem. He is making stuff. See, they want pizza and trenchers. So we'll give him this. Now, we would need tomatoes, but we'll see if he has any. And yes, like on this planet, on the planet Earth, food takes up a lot of time. Now, he does have cheddar. Look at that. And he has durum, and he has garlic. he has mushrooms. He has everything that he needs. We're going to give him these trenchers so that he can make so that, wait, no, not him. It has to go to cookery, not to him. It goes to cookery.
Great day to work.
Is it? I can't tell from the way you're working, Franklin. I'm not sure what's wrong with you. This is a trencher right here. She has too much of that. We'll take these away. And let's give her these here. I know she serves all of this. So it's not going to feed a lot of people, but it will help. Let's look at her menu. So see, she's supposed to have mint chocolate. The pizzas are there, but she needs mushroom pizzas. We're giving her these. She serves both kinds, so we'll put that there. And then, excuse me, I'm gonna get by her, and let's take this away and see how much she has. So we're gonna put this back. Consensus Primus is, I believe, awake.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm hearing. So if you wonder what, there are other people who live
so
here.
wise.
No,
I'll take care of it.
I know. I'm working on the variety. There are other people who live here, and so there is a little bit of a distraction sometimes. He's got 32 of these. I'm taking them all. He's supposed to have food, and he is doing something with the food. These are rabbit stew, and he doesn't have any more. So we are going to have someone make rabbit stew. But right now, if he wants these, he'll have to come up here and get them, because he has too much of that on him. And does she have wood put away? She has 64, 64, 64, 64. Let me see something here. This is a generator, and she has enough electricity to run the lights that she runs. And so these aren't, which is not any of these. She used to have lights that were run by electricity. These are LEDs, longer lasting lights. She used to have a fan, and she doesn't have any of those things right now. Does she want her fan back? We could give her back her fan for a minute. Fan. Nope, wrong place. F-A. Are you doing it? F-A-N. There we go. Let's come down here. And what we want is Mr. Crayfish's fans, because those are the ones that run with electricity. So here, we could do this color. Why don't we do that? So we can have a fan be here in the kitchen, right there, and we can have a fan here. And this is good for both these places. And then let's come here. And does she have the wrench anywhere? I don't think so, because we haven't put anything in a while. So let's get a wrench. E-N. And there it is, Mr. Crayfish's wrench right here. And now we can see the source of power. If I want to be able to turn those off and on, I'm going to need a switch. So let's get a switch first. S-W-I-T-C-H. And there they are. So let's get, no, not Paladins, this one. Mr. Crayfish's switches. Let's put one here. And let's put one here. So these are to run the fans, and then let's run the electricity to here, and this electricity to here. And then from here, let's run this to this fan right there. And this fan here runs to here. And when we put the wrench away, oops, wait. Did that make those things go away? Hold on. Did I do something bad? Did I make one of them go away? No, they're all there. Okay, let me put the wrench in the drawer. Let's put the wrench in the drawer. So we'll put the wrench right here so we know that we have one. And now we can turn on the fan. So there's a light as well, or we can just have the fan on in the kitchen. So we'll have the fan run in the kitchen, and we can get rid of these for right now. Yay! Okay, and although she's not there, is she? Nah, she isn't, so we'll turn it off because she's not there right now. And we'll close this, and yeah, that's probably from one of the explorers having a late coffee and having it there. Let's take these and give these to Blood. Blood is the cookery in this area. There are two now. And which one's closer? I think Blood might still be closer, but I'm not really sure. Ooh, that's an interesting thing, isn't it? Let's go to Blood first. So Blood is closer because the other cookery is over here. They're equidistant. Interesting. They're equidistant. Let's go here. Let's go to the fridge. This is her refrigerator. And we're going to put the bread back here so she can make trenchers. Let's see what she has made. Nina doesn't do pierogies. She does quiche, and there's some quiches. I'm going to have her start serving tea, even though I know that it means that she's going to get clogged with tea, but we'll have her serve it for right now. Let's put these breads in here for making food, and you see now the cooked rabbit should actually go to Atticus. That's for him, that cooked rabbit. And we'll check later. So we're going to add tea to Nina's. We're going to have all of the restaurants serve tea since it's the only drink that they can serve. And let me look for a second. Yep, sure enough. Let's do something with Khalil while we're right here. So we're going to put in wood. That's 64. This is 64. And that's 64. So we can put this back right here so that he has enough. Let's see if he's serving tea. Yes, he is. Okay. And how's he doing for food? He's not doing bad. He does serve rabbit. And so rabbit is here for Atticus to get when the time comes. We can have him get rabbit from here. There's just an awful lot of rabbit being made, and that's the thing that bothers me a little bit. That's too much for a restaurant. And so he's got some teas, and we'll check. And what time is it? An hour and a half. So we are now going to get ready to go over to Pitti, and we will do some stuff there. But we're just going to put on Nina's list. What's that? Rabbit stew. Okay. On Nina's list, we're going to put coot. I might take off the rabbit and just have them have rabbit stew, but I think the restaurants are making it. I think that's the thing, and you can't stop the restaurants from cooking. So yeah. So let's come here. And sure enough, she's not serving tea. So let's have her serve it. And we're going to give her her very first teas right now. And so there's some more of that, some more quiche, and some rabbit stew. And here we are. Let me look at something here. He's having, he no longer has any of those. Okay. So the food that was there, the food that he has here is all level 5 hand foods now. Just to make sure that he has enough. And see all these people who are hungry? That's what happens. And they're not necessarily hungry. Some of them are just dissatisfied. And we're just not keeping enough pizzas. See how they all have pizza? That's what the kids want. And there just isn't enough. Let me see. And yeah, we'll never have enough guards in there. We'll never. We could.
What can I do for you?
Hi.
You are so wise.
Yes, I know. Oh wait, did I not get him? No. Okay, be careful around here.
Do you need something?
Yes, I will try and
Okay.
fix that. Michael, yes, I'll try and fix the food problem. So I'm hopefully adding
day to you.
tea. Hi, Elaine. I'll try and fix the food problem. Acknowledging the food problem and adding tea might help. But we are now on our way to Pitti Hamaalakut. And we're going to cut through. There's someone waiting to have a meal, and yay, they got fed. Yay! And Blood is probably having breakfast. And we'll come here. So, yeah, see what I'm talking about? So, yeah. So, we're going to, I'm not taking the taxi because I'm trying to get as much time here as I can for them to continue to make food and deliver food, because then I'm going over to Pitti and we won't be here for a while. So we just passed this hallway, and this is the hospital corridor here, and we're just going to go ahead and take it to the warehouse. Oh, did I actually? Oh, there we go. Okay, here we are. Let's come to here, and we'll go down to the Trees Restaurant and the Trees Hotel and Travel Center. It's Zaria's actual restaurant in the hotel. Uh-oh. Oh, good. For a second, I thought someone was stuck there. But it's such a long corridor. It took them that long to get there. Wow. What are you working on? Whoa. He's not working on anything. Hold on. Lionel is supposed to be working on this apartment building down here. Let me go down and see if it's done. Yay. All right. And so once again, I apologize if I am talking louder when that's on. Because it's so loud. And here we are. This is the Palo Verde Apartments. Yay. Okay. So look at this. They are ready now. So this B apartment is ready to be, to have people live here. This apartment, people live here, and let's put doormats. He took away the doormats. Wait, should I put them or should I wait for the level 5? This is a level 5. Yeah, it is finished. Yay! Thank you, Lionel. So the building itself is completed. And so we can put out the doormats now, and they won't get taken up. Where are they? Do I not have any? What happened to my doormats? Let's get some more for a minute. There it is. This is Mr. Crayfish Furniture Mod. Has these beautiful doormats, and you can write on them. So this is a level 5 and people live here. This is a level 3 and no one is living here right now. And down here, this is a level 4, and this is supposed to be a level 5. So this is the one that Lionel will work on. Let me see. Yes, she's not going to have any windows because she's up against this wall here. So there aren't any windows here. Let me see if there are windows up top. Oh, yeah. Yay! So she's able to see out of her upstairs windows, and that's good. She's seeing the underneath. This is the lowest of the housing, and they're actually looking at the travel center and area up top, and the main submarine bay is what they're looking at. And so we're going to have Lionel work on this and bring this up to a level 5. Build, and the builder is Lionel. Upgrade the building. So he's going to start working on that again. And somebody lives here, Renata does. So we'll put that in. Let's see if someone just went in here. So this is, Lionel lives here. Okay, good. So we're going to put a doormat here for the fact that Lionel is there. With all of the apartment buildings that I have, I do need from time to time for them to be able to know if there are people living in a specific apartment building, because I'm hand-picking them to live where they live. It's easier, and it makes sure that they live near where they work. Because if they spend all day getting to their job, they don't get anything done. And that's the thing that we want to avoid. Okay. And we can put this. This was, I think, a part of something here. I might have taken it off and accidentally given it to one of the shipments. But this is the Palo Verde Apartments. And now that this apartment building is done, next time when we're here, we will work on this. We just wanted to make sure that that Lionel was working on something. So we're coming all the way back up. And here we are. And look, Ma, no hands. That's Java. And so, and the fact that my machine is only has 16 gigs. So I'm going to go over to Pitti and then I'm going to start the game again. So yeah, I have to do it like that until I get a new computer. I just need the computer that has more than 16 gigs. And I don't have that yet. It's so funny coming up against the actual raw, you know. And everyone knows that Java has to have more than anybody in order to work properly. And so the people that you see who are streaming games and streaming things, they have really powerful machines. And that, because you need RAM and memory in order for things. I'm not taking anything back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a list of things that I give to Pitti, and then I'm going to have Arnaaluk replace them, replace my supplies. So I'm getting from Tana, and then Arnaaluk is going to replace for Pitti, replace the things that Tana gives Pitti. Okay, so Pitti means dried fish in the northern continent languages, the ones that are close to the north and south poles, mostly north. And so here we go. We're in. I'm going to put this away. I'm going to bring this down. We're going to need a lantern. Do I have a lantern on me? Let me see if I do. Let's do this for a minute and let's come here. Actually, let's come here. I don't, so I'm going to have to get one there. Okay, and here we go for now. Let's come here and let's take the balloon. See that? To Pitti Hamaalakut. And there we are. We're in the sky. It's sunset. And hold on. We're just going to wait for everything to be there. There we go. So we're not going to move right away other than just to turn around so we can see the sunset. But we have to wait for the game to load. Yeah, so I'm playing on an M, I think it's an M, one of the original Apples that started to be the little box, and the new little box that's a quarter of the size of the one that I'm playing, the one that I have now. It's a quarter of the size, is actually stronger, but I'd have to get one that's stronger because you can still get 16 gigs. And of course, it is always a matter of what you can afford. And at the time, it wasn't so much about affordability as it was about, what do I need? Why would I need more than 16 gigs? Oh, that's a long time ago. This is the Disneyland of Arnaaluk. This is a forest, an old growth. Oh, wait. We have to do the thing first. Yeah, we have to start again. So just a minute. Let's come here and we'll talk about it for a second while I get out and start again. I know. A new computer would be nice. So it's just a matter of time. I just have to wait for the funds. So we're going to quit. And I'm going to come over to here. And let me see for a minute. What am I looking for? CurseForge. CurseForge is loading, and then we're going to have the launcher load Minecraft, but right now CurseForge is forging the library. And let's look and see if anything's been added. Nope, everything's up to date. So let's play, except Corgilib, Corgilib. Their newest update is crashing the game, so I can't update. So I'm back to before July in order to make sure that I can play. So now the Minecraft launcher is loading Minecraft, loading the game. And you have to keep CurseForge up until we're sure that the game is going to load properly. And it's really interesting. I can hear the way my voice sounds now, which is why I'm talking softer. I can't hear it when the game comes on. So I can't hear that it's echoey or that it's bigger. So so I'm louder probably because of that. And there it is. There it goes into the point where the game takes over and I can't hear myself. So it's almost like a theater exercise where theater people have trouble with TV because TV and movies because of the thing where they want to reach the audience. And we're waiting for Arnaaluk to launch. And then once it launches, then you'll be able to see on the screen, and we'll put down CurseForge because running commercials uses power. We've got to have more power. Okay, so we're back, and so now let me come over here and get CurseForge to go away. And there. All right, so we are back at Pitti. So we've got these druids who would normally be living in city-states, fighting to protect the people, and their whole lives are devoted to that until they die, until they get killed in battle, or for as long as they last. And some of them began to revolt. Some of them began to say, I want a different way. This is my story. And so they arranged among themselves kind of underground railroad. In other words, that they have a communication system that runs through the city-states that tells the druids that if they don't want to fight anymore, they can go to Arnaaluk and start life over. And so that is what we have. And then the citizens of Arnaaluk, the druids, some of them had families. Hello, Penelope. And so that's how our city has grown to 157. I thought it was 56, but it's 57 people. And yeah. So here we have less people than that. This is all practically level 1s and 2s. We are just getting the level 2s done. And let me take a lantern from here for a minute. I have to have a lantern in my hand because even when it's daytime, the city, the Pitti is dark, but we're definitely needing it to light up. So let's go to the town hall. We can reach the town hall from here. So I'm going to walk along this path. That was the apiary right here. We just passed the apiary, and we're down below the university building. And so let's not get too sidetracked, and let's go to the center of town. And here we are. Okay, so this is a level, let me see what level this is now. I don't know whether that was Lilith or Penelope. Let's look and see. It's being worked on. So it's a level 1 and it's being upgraded to a level 2. And this is Shire Editions has an outdoor town hall. And so we're creating these things that are kind of like the Hobbits, a mixture of the Hobbits and a mixture of the Matrix Underground, when they got unplugged from the Matrix and they went to the underworld city where their humans lived. It's kind of a combination of those two things. So they actually can come here. I think we're working on the tent still, and we'll check and see. We were supposed to get some wool, and what I think I'm going to do is get it for him. And why don't we do that right now? Let's go up to Leonardo. I'm just going to give it to him, and then we're going to write down that we got it for him, and then the next time that we're in Arnaaluk, and this is how I'm going to do it from now on. It's much easier to do, and it will help. Okay, so he went to bed and he took his books with him, and sometimes they do that in the beginning, and so I can't see them until everyone wakes up. So since everyone has to go to bed, why don't we walk through the city? Here we're going to the pasture that's back here, and near the pasture you can see that there is a balloon that is in the air right there, and actually that's 2 balloons. So see, the first balloon is the balloon for the tree farmer, and then the second balloon is the supply camp balloon. The supply camp balloon, and we still are using the museum, the supply camp, to sleep. Eventually, maybe there'll be a place for me somewhere, but right now, this is the one that I'm using. And it is now daytime, and this is a museum piece right now, but we are in the infrastructure area for Pitti, and in this area we have a builder who is working on several buildings. The tree farmer is working fields right down here. So you can see all those trees are taken down. Now, we definitely have this cordoned off. So in other words, we've made a specific farm area for the farmer so that they do not cut these. We definitely don't want them cutting these trees. And there she goes. There's Claire, and Claire is our tree farmer. And then right here is our future sawmill. We do not have a sawmill yet. It has not been researched. But Tana, the Mermaid Nation, gifted the sawmill to Pitti so that they would be able to have a balloon right above it. This is, and I think I've explained this before, but in case you haven't seen, this is a Thaler design. This is Littleton's sawmill, and Thaler's designs have a huge airspace above them that's clear. So if you were putting this in a forest, all above these buildings would be empty. All above the buildings, it's all taken. Now, I haven't updated, and I might need to update the mod to see if it still does that. But in the meantime, Tana decided that because we wanted to use this balloon to show that this is how these huge pieces of trees are being delivered to the sawmill, and from the sawmill to the warehouse. And so we needed the tree farmer to be able to reach it. See, that's the builder right there. We needed the tree farmer to be able to reach, and then we needed the crane to look like it actually comes down and delivers logs. And so that's why we chose this particular one. And she is making the balloon larger so that Claire can bring more stuff. She's making a level 2 of that building. So even though the sawmill is a level 5 and can't be used, we're actually building the tree farmer right now, and that is probably either Lilith or Penelope visiting the tree farmer. And then in the pasture here, this pasture, we do not have any fencing, and we have two farmers, 2 dairy farmers, and a rabbit farmer in this pasture. When the pig is wild, the where are they? The pig is wild. The donkeys are wild, and they've disappeared. And there is a wolf, and the wolf is wild. So the wolf, there's the wolf. I had wanted to name the wolf, and I thought I would let chat name the wolf, but it doesn't seem, see, he's going after this cow. That wolf has, because of Mackenzie right here and Macy down there, that wolf has been trained to be a dairy farm wolf, so that it goes after the cows and brings them back, and which is really fun. So there's one of our couriers. There is Bode, and Bode is growing rabbits. Now we chose this rabbit farm because it has a rabbit face at level 5, which is going to be so much fun for the fact that this is a Disneyland. So this is this is one of the farms that the people who visit are actually going to be able to come and see if they want to see a farm. And they can come out here and see the cows living here. Why are the cows still here? Because she's feeding them a treat. She's feeding them wheat, and they can't get that when they're grazing in the fields. They don't get wheat, and so they love the taste of it, and so they stick around to try and get some more, and that is what we're seeing. Okay, and then that's Bode, and that is Macy and Mackenzie. Now, this is infrastructure, and I'm going to try not to change where I'm speaking just because the air came back on, and hopefully I can do that. We are about to put in a plantation, but we have to research it. So we're waiting for the research to be done, and when the research is done, and look, dun 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 dun, yahoo, yay! So two wonderful things have happened. Brittany finished working on the Forester, which is great, and now we did Let It Grow, and I believe that that allows us to have a sugar farm. And it does. Yahoo! So Troy is going to begin building a sugar farm, and this is an Arcology. It's the only one that we could actually find that would work here, and the Arcology one. We tried the hive. It's way too big to put under the pasture the way we wanted to and where we wanted it. So we tried another location. I just didn't like the idea of it there. And so this is the infrastructure area where people work down here making things for the Disneyland. And so we're growing tomatoes. We have 3 farms down here, and we have 3 fields. We definitely need more fields, and putting in the sugar farm is going to help. The composter is here. We can't put fields here. This is a cliff, and so I have to figure out where I'm going to put the other fields. This wall at level 5 has stuff on it, and so I'm not going to be able to break into the wall for a super long time, so I don't want to plan on that because level 5 is a long way off. However, right here is another place where we could put a field, and so we will think about that. So this field here is another farm field. So we have 2 of these fields, and then we have the smaller field as well. Now the big one, we could put another one over here and grow some more tomatoes. And let me see. Uh-oh, did I just fall down? I did. I might have to do something about that. And I think I will. Let's get a fence piece. This is spruce here in this area, so we get spruce fence. And I'm going to put a fence piece right here to make it that they can't come this way. See, they have to come to here. So when you're going upstairs, you can't fall into that area. We can put another one here for now, just to make it easy for right now until I decide what I'm going to do with that area. This part is fine. We can put one here. And there we go. And now we're up. And there goes Bode. Everyone's going home. And you can see. So where are their homes? So some of them actually live down here. So we'll start with the homes down here first. And let's go through for a minute. So Troy is the builder and he builds everything underground. And he is now a level 2. This is a level 2 shop. Upstairs is the rest of his shop and where he keeps things right there. And then there's this. So he is sleeping here, and when it's a level 5, we'll be able to do more with it. We might do a little stuff, but for now, we're just going to have it that this is where he sleeps. And then down here, that's one, so that's Troy. And over here we have another farm, but we don't have anyone working here yet. And we have a blacksmith. We can't have a blacksmith yet, so we're working on that as well. At least I don't think so. Let me see. Build. Oh, wait. Let me see if we can actually have one. Aha! Build a university and research this to unlock it. So we can't have one of those yet. I think we need a mine level 3 in order to do that. So what we need down here is another field like this one, or the smaller one. I would prefer a big one, but I don't think we can fit one there. But what we might can do, let's look here for a second. Why don't we do that? Why don't we go to here? Let's get this. Let's get these and put these on so I can see if there's a conflict. Let's get a hive. So we're going to switch packs and get the hive pack. This particular hive was only recently added in the last couple of months, has been added to style colonies. There has been a hive style for a while, but this one has the approval of Minecolonies, and so they included it in the style. And it is Aravan and Lady Shatana and Genotad who worked on this, and it's really quite nice. I like it. So let's go to fields, and a full field, a tiny field is what we would put here. So let's put a tiny field here, and let's see level 5 so we can see what it looks like, and let's see where we can put it. Let's look at the location. Okay, so there it is coming out. I would put a door here, but they'll use it unless I put a button door. I could put a button door there. I don't want to. We're just going to break through for now. And we'll put this back just for now. And so we have a house that's right here, but this isn't going to interfere. Here's the problem. So see this right here? Let's look up, and there it is. So we can't put that there because it interferes with this building. And so we'll have to find some other place to put that. We definitely cannot put it there. Let me see. I don't think there's any, but we'll see in just a minute. I'm going to go back down and look. Oh, it's just the way I did it. I did it in such a way that, let me take these off for a second. I did it in such a way that I closed off all the areas where we could add something. And so it's nighttime. That was probably a cow or something there. Let's look. So the only other place would be here, but there's no door in this area. The doors were here. We could do one in this direction. See the border right there? So we can't. I already know that this is we're going to have to be really careful that this doesn't interfere with the tavern. And I don't think it does right now, so I can't go that way. We've already put one this way. And here, oh, ooh, we could put one off of here. How much land is there? Isn't quite too much here, but we maybe could. Let's see if we can put one in this area. So there's the farm, and there is this farm. So let's do this entrance here. So in front of this farm is going to be the blacksmith, but the blacksmith is going to be going off in this direction. Can we go off in that direction and if you're wondering why I'm not damaging the fruits and vegetables when I walk through, we did research to make sure that I didn't do that. We could go off in that direction. Yeah. We would just have to be beyond the builder, and I don't think we are here. So, can I find the builder? Let's get a pickaxe out. Get a pickaxe from here. Let me look at something for a second. What did she say? Troy started working on the plantation, and she finished the forester, and I actually need her to work on a farm. So, in the morning, I need to go and assign her something else. Let's see how close we are to, ooh, look, we found something. Ooh, we found something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoa, 7, 8. Look what we've got. 9 and 10. And that's it. So there's 10 here. 10 coal. Because I'm magical, I have to collect it like this. And then let's go over to here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's all there is. Yes. Oh, I just removed that. So that's all there is there, is 9 iron. So iron and 9 pieces. And there we go. So we've got that. Okay. So going this way so far, we haven't run into anything yet, which is good. So since we haven't run into anything right here, let's see about the large field right here. So fields, and this is the full field, level 5. And let me look for all the doorways. So let's bring this up to here. And let's turn it this way and see. This is, I believe, no, we want to do it this way. I think that's the lengthwise, and I want this way. So see there's, yeah, I definitely do. So what I'm putting in is this. Hi, Simeon. Hi, Parnell. So see this right here? See this right here is what I'm putting in. And at level 5, it's going to look like this. Uh-oh. Oh, there it's showing. Look at that. That's showing the farm being in the builder's area. This is why you need the goggles. And over here, is the farm coming up too high? It's not up too high for this. So that's actually good. But for, wait, there's nothing there. Wait. What? I'll have to look at that when I come back. And come down. Maybe we can put a second one on top in this area right here. Ooh. Let's X for a second. Let's X and see if we can do, or let's move this over. And let's bring this up. And let's move this here so I can see it. See where, I just hard because it's hard to see where things are when you're trying to work on them. That looks like a door, but if it is, it's not up high enough. No, it's not down low enough. That's not a door. So that's not a door. None of those are doors. Let's turn it this way. And let's look for a door. There's a door. So there's a match right there. And that would put it here. So where is that putting this? Let's come down and let's see where it's putting it. So the door is sitting right there. We can see it. It's up above here. Ooh, look at it coming all the way to here. And let's see. So the ceiling is right there. Let's come up for a second. Have to make sure that nothing else is being interfered with. And see what it looks like on the outside. So see, we've got that right there. This is sitting in between, and let me see if it's in here again. Let's, hold on. Let's go in this way. That way we don't have to touch that. I don't see it in here. This is the, this is something else that's not interfering. So I don't actually see it in here. This is good. Let's come down into this house right here. See, it's actually sitting, look at this. So this is where it is. It fills in this space right here. This is actually good. This is good because that means that we can bring up the land up above it. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. We can bring the land up above it, and it will be here like this. Now, we might even be able to put another field, a smaller field right here or something like that. But this is actually perfect. And once we get, see how flat it is? See where the end of it is? So this is what Thaler's white part, this white demarcation, is way up in the sky. And that's why we can't use some of his things because of that. Let's go back down. I'm not going to break the glass. We're just going to go in. Go back down. And down and down and down. And there is Lilith. Lilith is first druid. And there's Deleza. Deleza is first courier, first logistics specialist, and she is there. And this is his shop right here, and you can see the blue coming into this field a little bit. So we'll see what happens when that is finished. I might have an overlap there that isn't going to work, but we'll see. In the meantime, this, I'm going to close this up. I don't want couriers thinking that this is some shortcut to there. As it is, we had to put this in because they were already considering this a shortcut of some sort, and so we didn't want them to get lost in here, and so we did this. Let's go back over. Ooh, I stepped in the water. Let's come back over here. Deleza is delivering things for Troy, and this is where we're talking about putting it. So let's pull this out so we can see. So there it is. There's the level 5. So we actually need it to come back 1 and be here. And when we do this, we can see, and this is why I'm going to do this for a minute, we can see it coming across in this area right here. I just need to find the hut block and see how far away it is. So let's walk through until I can find a hut block here. I can get to it. Let me put in a lantern for a second. Let's put a lantern right here for a minute, and let's continue. So what I'm trying to see is, am I going to break into the, because I moved it 1, I just want to make sure that I'm not breaking into the rabbit hutch. But I don't think I am, but look at that. So let me see what that is. Is that the land, or is that something? Uh-oh. Okay, there's the end right there. What's this that I'm coming out to right here? Is this the walkway? Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Good. And I have it being here and going this way. So this is good. And the rabbit hutch is way over here, and we don't have to worry about it. This is what I want to see. So can I find my way back down to where I was when I found this? There's the hut block. The decoration right here. This is it right here. So we'll have Troy work on this after he gets done. And all of this is this build right here. So that'll be fine. Is it supposed to match this right here? See how it's going up right there? This goes up here. This goes up here, but this is upstairs. That's right. That's why it doesn't have the piece that goes there. And there is the piece here. I'm going to move this one more this way, and there is empty space right there. And so we can have this come all the way across to that wall. And then if we need something else, we'll see when we get to it. But for now, I'm good with this. Assign a builder. And we're going to assign Troy to build the building when he's done with the plantation. And that is going to be, so he has his work cut out for him for quite a while here. Let me take these pieces and put them there, and let's come through. So that new one doesn't run directly across this. It actually runs sideways across here. And let's look at that again. Yeah, it's running sideways here. So when this is done, we'll see where the other places are. And I have a fear right now that, let me see where the fields are for this, just for a minute, because I suddenly have a fear that this is going to be too low, that I need it to be up one. Let's try something here. Oh, I did it already, didn't I? I did. Let's X. Let's shoot. Let's come to where he has to put the thing down. Shame on me. Okay, let's cancel. We can cancel it at here. Let's cancel that. It's a decoration, so we have to cancel it here. And let's look. And the field, let's X. We're going to have to reset it because I think it is going to take away the ceiling down below. And I'm just going to try one more time, and I should be able to go in now right here where this was, and sure enough. So let's set this again. It's complicated when you're building underground. It's complicated when you're building in the water, not as much, but underground and underground and the nether, I think, can be pretty. Underground is the most complicated. So the fact that I'm putting this hive underground, okay, now the air conditioning has caught up, and it'll probably turn off in a minute or two because I'm chilly down here, which means that it's almost cool enough upstairs. And that's how that's how it works. So let me put on a little sweater. I've got some socks on, and let's look for a second. And it's not like it's turned up. I mean, you know, that you hear about people cooling their houses off to 65. That's not what's going on. fact that I'm only now putting on a sweater means that it's probably around 70 or 71, 70 or 69, which is what a lot of people do. 70, 71. If I was living by myself, it would be 71, 72. But the rest of the people need it to be 69, 70. So, yeah. All right, so we're back. Let's escape for just a minute. So this is not the floor of the building. And so that means that I might not have it set properly. So let's come back here and do this again. We're using the full field. And there is, let's do the level 5 so I can see this part. And let's turn it again. And that should put one of the doors here, but it didn't. Let's turn it again this way. And I still don't have the door. Because it's down. So let's, let me come back to here. Okay, there's the door. And there's the door. So we're going to use this door. So right now, this door matches this. What's wrong with this? This isn't facing the way it was facing before, but it is. So the fields are up here, and that's the water right there for this field. Let me just make sure that it's, let's move it back. Okay, so there it is right there. It was probably fine where it was, because see where this is right here? Let's try, let's look at something down here. Let's see. So we're putting in the piece that is sitting here like this. But we're on the second floor, so it's sitting up. So see there, that's what I'm a little concerned about. Let me see, bring this down. Okay. It's saying there's nothing to be afraid of there. And there it is. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to see. So see the dirt right there? That's what I needed to see. Okay, good. And what do we have here? What's over here? We don't have anything, but let me look for a second and see. Yeah, it doesn't come anywhere near this. So we're good to go. And it was fine the first time, more than likely. But now I know for sure that it is, and that's good. And yeah, that's what I needed to make sure that when we put this in, it would be here. And this is going to come up. So this matches right here. That's a matching door. And when it comes up, it will come up to here, the half block, for them to walk on. And then this whole area here. Okay, so one more time. Assign a builder. The builder is Troy, build building. And there we go. Sorry, I forgot to check and see where that dirt was. Because it's a field. Look at these water things here. So we have to be able to, we don't want the water coming through, coming through the ceiling. And that's what we were trying to make sure of. Okie dokie. Why are you this color here? I don't want you to be that color yet. So put that there. And so Troy is going to be a while. What you can't see is this. See this right here? Look at this field. All our needs, all our diorite needs are being met by this field right here. And he is going to ask for a ton of axes. And I don't think you can do minimum, but let me check. You can, and he's using wood. He's using stone. Let's remove the wooden stuff and let's add to this right now 3. Let's add 3. Whoops, I'm not there. 3 pickaxes, iron picks, so that Deleza or Sadie will bring him 3 of those. He'll still use the stone that he has, if he has any left. Let's see if he does. He's got wood and stone. Let's pick these up because these can be burned. We'll just put them in, or we can save them for the new farmer. And I think that's what we'll do. These he'll use. And look at how much he's got so far already. But he's got room, and so I won't worry about him filling up right now. Let's go around to the other farm here. And we're going to put these in here for the new farmer when the time comes. We don't have one yet. So the new farmer is probably going to do this cornfield, and we'll let Simeon take the big field here, or we'll have Simeon keep the small field. So each farmer will have a big field and a small field. I could do that. That would actually be okay. Deleza is using the shortcut that we've made by cutting through the walkway here, and they're just going to use this until the building is built to go down into the place. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And when Troy starts working on this, we'll have to have the filler be this stuff right here. And let me think about what he's working on now and what his filler is. Let's look at the filler here, and settings, and the filler is just dirt. That's fine. We could just do dirt and then put that stuff over top of it. But I think when he gets to it, I think we'll switch to moss blocks and do that. And this area here, coming off of here, we could have something else. But I think what we're going to have here is that this is going to, sure enough, run into the blacksmith back here. See that right there? So I think it's going to run into the blacksmith. And we can check right now by putting a lantern there or coming over here and seeing what we can see. Oh, so that's what we walled up right there. And so, yeah, we'd have to wall this part up until such time as we decide to do something else with that space. I could put in one of the little farms, one of these right there, and it wouldn't interfere, I don't think. See how flat the walls are? So I don't think it'll interfere with, with anything that we would put there, like the blacksmith being on the other side. The blacksmith is up or down? Blacksmith is down. So yeah, do you want to see now? Sure. Since we seem to be doing this, why don't we have the farm here? So hive, fields, the tiny field, level 5, there's the door right there. So let's bring, let's do the door the other way. I want more of it on that side. And then let's bring it up to here and put it here. So that's the matching door right there, and push through one more, and it would be there like that. Let's see what we've got here. Oh. So you can see right here where the farm is. That doesn't matter because it's on Arcology, and that wall right there isn't going to affect anything. And the blacksmith is here and is not being affected by that line right there. That's the affected line. And so it works. We can actually put in another field. Oh, I stepped in the water again. We can put in another field right here. And the field that we're putting in is this field. Don't step in the water. Right here. And where is the what you call it? Is this a single field? I thought this was a level 5 that I just looked at. It is. Where's the hut block for this? Did we lose the hut block? Somewhere here? This building? I wonder if we did. I don't see a hut block on this side. And it says the hut block is not on that side. It says it's on this side. Where is it? When it comes down, time for level 2, we'll explore what happened to the hut block when it comes time for that. Because see right here, it's saying there's a hut block, a control panel. Hold on a sec. I know where it is now. I should have done that first. The control panel. Oh, I bet we did. I bet we damaged it somehow putting this in. Or, no, there it is. It's right there. Okay. was like, how did I do that? I didn't mean to do that. All right, so when it's time for him to build this, we might have to do something here, but we'll see. Because it's hive, which is cavern, I don't want him falling down here. This isn't, he'll be injured. And so we'll see. Ooh, look what we found. We found more coal. Wow. Let's take the coal out. I'm just using this as a distraction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, I'm not. I mean, that's coal. 10. 10 whole coal. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, they don't process coal here, so that goes back to Arnaaluk. 11, 12, no, 1, 2, 3, 13. Is there some more? I missed those 3. I don't think he'll fall through. We'll see. And yes, that is a dungeon. You are seeing a legitimate dungeon sitting right here. Now, there are skeletons below us, and I am not touching these. If we touch these, those skeletons will come up here, and they have abandoned this area, and so we'll leave it. We won't touch any of their stuff. And that's how this is going to work. So let's come over to where we came down, which must have been right here somewhere. There we go. So we can come here. It's showing water right there and stuff like that. But to get to it, there's one of the doorways right here. So that means the other doorway is right here. There we go. Okay. This is good. It's in the right place. Level 5. Let's just do one thing. Let's push this back one and see that and bring it up to there. And are we ready, everybody? So, assign a builder. We're going to assign Troy to work on that. So Troy has a bunch of things to do, but that is actually set, and it's a decoration, so Troy has to do them. Otherwise, we'd have to reset it. So we'll just have to wait. Normally I don't do 3, but the reason I don't do 3 is because every once in a while you have to do 3 because of what just happened. And if you do 4, then you have to do 5. If you do 3, you have to do 4. That's way too many a stack, I think, for them. And it seems to be fine here. We came up here and there didn't seem to be anything coming through. And so there he is, sleeping with his trusty stone pickaxe. So did I take them off? Did she bring him some iron pickaxes yet? Let's look for iron. He has 3 new iron pickaxes. Look what he found. Ooh, he found raw iron. Excellent. Okay, let's go back. Wow. All right. As a part of digging out the stuff. So this is very cool. And he has this. Why do you have this? Oh, that's right. You took away the door that was over there. Okay, well that's fine. And did I get all of the wooden? I did not. Let's get that wooden shovel. It's upstairs. There it is. So we'll get the wooden shovel, and then everything else We might as, I'll let him keep that for now, but. Why does he have that door? Because I added a door to the composter over here. Primarily, wait, let me put this away. To help the, there we go. This is wooden, so all of these are wood. Primarily to help the couriers. We had, we put a door in the composter right here and made this actually a door. But I don't really want them using this, and so we're just going to have it just be like this for right now. There we go. Okay, so this is the window that's here, and then we did have it so that she could come through here, but that was because there wasn't anything here. But now there is stuff, and she can't. Parnell, who is our farmer right over here, so she just have to walk around, and it's raining. What time of night? Let's quickly, Otis is here. We're just gonna do this. We're not gonna disturb him. He's using the top bunk. We're gonna use the bottom one. Thank you, Otis. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So that they can go to work. Level 1s and 2s don't work when it's raining. I'm not doing research. They can have the time off. But I still need them to work, so I am checking the time here. Everything is okay here. And it is. He is still headed in this direction. Ooh, that's close. But see where it is? So that's fine. He's not going to go any higher. He's at the height that he's supposed to be at. So that is the rabbit hutch. That right there is the rabbit hutch. And this is the rabbit hutch. So we're good to go. And let me see if I can help. He's going upstairs to get to that area, but I can make it, let's do this so that he can come here if he wants and work from here. And we'll have him do that. They start at the top and work down. You can change that now with some of the new features in the building tools. You can change how they work. I prefer to keep it traditional so that I know stuff like this, that he's not going to go any higher than this right here. And the rabbit hutch doesn't come down any lower than this. So we're all good. Do I want to take this out, or do I? I could take it out right quick. Save him the trouble of taking it out. 1, 2, 3. Is there any more? Nope. So there's only 3 pieces there of iron. So we'll do that. I was hoping that maybe Mr. Villager would come back, 1, 2, 3, and I could show him the stuff that we worked on. But for those of you who have been watching here and wonder what happened with that market that I was going to put next to the university, we did, yay! And so let's go see it. I'm going to put this away. These can stay here. Let's leave this down in case I need it. And let's continue. So this is the old road part here coming across, and this is still being worked on here. Leandro is awake. No, Leandro, you are awake. So we're going to come here and hi.
Hi.
I know. It's terrible. I know. So I've already given him these. Now maybe I didn't give him enough. So how much? That's a little bit. I think I was talking up just a little tiny bit from that, and I'm supposed to be talking down a little bit more for the dampener that's on here. We're going to get those things from Arnaaluk, and we're going to make a list of the things that we are getting. And let's look at the other thing that he needed. Green floating. That's right, and he needs 15 green floating. So we were supposed to get green dye. And let me just make sure. Yeah, see, we got the wool and the wheat, but we didn't get the dye. So I'm going to give them to him right now, and then we'll have to get green dye to do. I'm not giving him oak wood. And we have red, so we're going to make those. So we're good to go. And he's not stopped. Let's look at this and see. Ooh, butter. The baker is asking the cookery for butter, and the cookery is asking the dairy farmers for milk, and the dairy farmers are asking the warehouse for large bottles. So we might not still have enough. We might need a little bit more, but we'll see. Macy is asking for some bottles, so we'll see how that goes. All right, because maybe we did need a couple more bottles. Let's head down, and I'm going to look at everybody first. So Leandro needs something, we'll get it for him. This is what we were concerned about. We don't want the farm stuff to come too far forward because this has a basement. And so we definitely need that basement to be there. We're crossing through the farmer's market, and we're using the path that leads to the restaurant. This is, I almost said Steffi, but this is Romina's restaurant. And this is Cade right up here. And Cade is waiting for something. And depending on what he's waiting for, we're either going to give it to him or we're going to make it. So let's look at
Good to see you.
Torches. I think we can make those. And let's look what else. And all he needs is the torches. He's actually done upgrading one of the residences. And so we can get him those. And now let's go down. So he's working on that. And wait. He's working on a residence. He's got a bunch of things to work on. Let me see what it's saying here. And then the next thing that he's working on is nothing. And so we're going to give him something to work on. Yahoo! We can have more people. We were up to 24 people of 25, but now we can go up to 50. So this is actually really good. That means that when the when the town hall is done, we'll be able to research some more things. So where he is, he can work on the restaurant, he can work on these guys, but I think Leandro can work on them too. And I think that's what we would have Leandro do. But right now, we were trying to get as much housing done as possible so we can have a number of people to work the jobs that we need to work. So let's come here, and just for a second, let me see what his next project is. After the town hall, he's going to do residence. Good. All right. And so he has a second already, and we'll wait until he gets done with the town hall before we add anything else. Now we've already seen Troy, and now we can go to Brittany, who I don't think is doing anything. So this is going to be interesting. So there is Deleza, and Brittany is right here. So the house is a level 2. She finished the level 2 forester, so she doesn't have that to do. All these houses are level 2s in here. This one is a level 2. There's the bedroom now with a level 2, which is really nice. This is Thaler's as well. But because this is meant to go underneath another building, he has it flattened off at the top. And that's why I think I should go back and check on Littleton and see if I need an updated version of it. Doesn't seem like something he would leave, so we'll see. Although, and let's go to Pagoda for a second and look. Pagoda's old, and he would have to go in and do Pagoda again in order to get it to conform, P-A-G-O-D, and I don't think so. But let me look at just anything. Let's look at a residence for a minute, an alternate residence, and let's see how far up it goes. So see that there? And let's do the level, this is an alt residence level 5. So he did bring them down. So yeah, so we just need a newer version of Littleton. We got Littleton and Sandyton when they were older. When he was still working on them, he put them up. Let's look at Littleton for a second again. And let's see what it says. Here, let's go to the thing that we were looking at, which is the carpenter's shop. And let me see. Do I see it anywhere? Do I see anything? Let's do that again. I didn't get a carpenter's shop. Hold on. Carpentry shop. I didn't click on the shop itself. So let's raise this up. And there it is. And it's still, yeah. So I need to go and look for a new one, a new version of these. So this is the carpentry shop at level 5, still going up into the sky. So yeah, so I think that just happened because he hadn't finished, and so we'll work on that. We'll check that out, and even with that, and I think that would have made it that we wouldn't have had to. I'm looking at where this comes from, and yeah, it would have made it that we wouldn't have had to have done the level 5 for there, but that's okay. That's all right. Okay, so what did I say? Brittany. So we were looking at houses. Brittany is living here with Aaron, so that's obviously a level 2. This is a level 2 she just finished. The mine's a level 2. Here's what she needs to do. We need the courier. Oh, this courier is a level 2. Okay, so she has that. I think she's finished all her projects. Oh, this will be curious. We could have her work on the level 2 of this. We now have this. Where is it? No. Yes, this right here, this guard tower. We did a new level 2, and it should be okay. So let's come here and let's do build options. And let's have Brittany test out the new level 2. Upgrade the building. Now, because she's going to work on it, let's look. We should now be able to use the goggles and see, make sure that she is not going to put down that dirt pile. And look at there. Look, there it is. Yahoo! We did it. Yay! We adjusted this dark oak specifically for this old growth forest so that we could put things in here. So she could work on that. She could also work on this while Leandro is working on the stuff up here. And that is excellent. So yay! Yay! I'm very happy with that. Let's go into the here for a second and we'll put away these minerals that I have on me. Let's just put them in here until it's time to go back to Arnaaluk. And then we'll collect all that Aaron has gotten as well as what we have. So that takes care of them. So would you like to see it? Oh no, we're after time. Oh, I am so after time. Thank you, everyone. We'll have to do that on Monday. This is Saturday. We'll do it on Monday, hopefully. But like I said, you'll have to check and like and subscribe, because that way you'll know exactly when. And so here we go. Thank you for being here. You hear that music? I love this part. I love this part. This is Drone Hands on Twitch, and the rest of his music is on Bandcamp. And he is working on an album, a new album right now, and the single from that album is on bandcamp.com. Drone Hands, the link is in the Abouts for YouTube. And now we're going to listen to Vincentius Primus. Enjoy your games, everyone. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. Bye for now. Bye for now.